Geology and non-renewable mineral resources. Lesson outline 12.4 Use of non-renewable mineral resources sustainably. 12.5 Earth's major geological hazards. Non-renewable resources, a concentration of naturally occurring material in or on Earth's crust that can be extracted and processed at an affordable cost. It is derived from a resource that cannot be replaced or is replaced slowly and gradually by only natural processes. There are four major types of non-renewable resources. First is crude, a liquid fossil fuel that is used mostly to produce gasoline and diesel fuel for vehicles and for the manufacturing of plastics. It is found in rocks below Earth's surface and is pumped out through wells. Second is natural gas, widely used for cooking and for heating homes. It consists mostly of methane and is found near oil deposit below Earth's surface. Natural gas can be pumped out through those same wells used for extracting crude oil. Third is coal, a solid fossil fuel that is used for heating homes and generating power plants. It is found in fossilized swamps that have been buried beneath layers of sediments. And the last one is nuclear energy. Comes from radioactive element, mainly uranium, which is extracted from mine ore and then refined into fuel. Advantages of non-renewable resources. First, these resources are easy to use whether in home or anywhere else. Second, consumer can find non-renewable resources at a very cost-effective price. Third, most of the non-renewable resources are also quite easy to store. Disadvantages of non-renewable resources. Non-renewable energy can be dangerous and can cause respiratory problems in humans because sources like fossil fuels emit gases such as carbon monoxide. Sources like coal, oil, and natural gas release a large amount of carbon dioxide when burnt. As a result of these chemicals, they are rapidly restoring the ozone layer. Oxides like sulfur oxide and other released while burning fossil fuels convert the rain into acidic rain, which is harmful to wildfire as well as human beings. Sustainable use of non-renewable resources. First, do not waste mineral resources. Second, recycle and use 60 to 80% of mineral resources. Third, reduce mining subsidies. Fourth, include the harmful environmental cost of mining and processing minerals in the prices of terms. Fifth, use mineral resource waste of manufacturing process as raw material for other processes. And sixth, increase subsidies of recycling, reuse, and finding substitutes. Usage of non-renewable resources in the Philippines. In the Philippines, most energy sources for doing work are non-renewable energy resources like oil products, natural gas, and coal. The next topic that I'm going to discuss is the Earth's major geological hazard. But before that, let us first define what is geological hazard. So geological hazard is an adverse geologic condition capable of causing widespread damage or loss of property and life. These hazards are geological and environmental conditions and involve long-term or short-term geological processes. Geohazards can be relatively small features, but they can also attain huge dimensions. Example, submarine or surface landslide, and affect local or regional social economics to a large extent. Example, tsunamis. The four major geological hazards are volcanic eruption, tsunami, earthquake, and landslide. What is volcanic eruption? A volcanic eruption is when lava and gas are released from a volcano, sometimes explosively. The most dangerous type of eruption is called a glowing avalanche, which is when freshly erupted magma flows down the sides of a volcano. Volcanoes release molten rocks from Earth's interior. Volcano, magma reaches the Earth through a fissure, central vent, or a long crack. Lava, magma that reaches the Earth's surface. Debris ranging from large chunk of lava rock to glowing hot ash, liquid lava, and gases such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. Much of the world's volcanic activity is concentrated along the boundaries of the Earth's tectonic plates. Benefits of volcanic activity: highly fertile soil creates outstanding landform like Crater Lake in Oregon. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is what happens when two blocks of earth suddenly slip past one another. The surface where they slip is called the fault or fault plane. The location below the Earth's surface where the earthquake starts is called the hypocenter, and the location directly above it on the surface of the Earth is called the epicenter. What causes an earthquake and where do they happen? The Earth has four major layers, which are the inner core, outer core, mantle, and the crust. The crust and the top of the mantle make up a thin skin on the surface of our planet. But this skin is not all in one piece. It is made up of many pieces like a puzzle covering the surface of the Earth. Not only that, but these puzzle pieces keep slowly moving around, sliding past one another and bumping into each other. We call these puzzle pieces tectonic plates, and the edges of the plates are called the plate boundaries. The plate boundaries are made up of many faults, and the most of the earthquakes around the world occur of these faults. Since the edges of the plates are rough, they get stuck while the rest of the plates keeps moving. Finally, when the plate has moved far enough, the edges unstick on one of the faults and there is an earthquake. Earthquakes on the ocean floor can cause huge wave of tsunamis. Tsunami or tidal wave generated when part of the ocean floor suddenly rises or drops, usually occurs offshore in subduction zones. Detection of tsunamis by ocean buoys, pressure recorders on the ocean floor which measures changes in water pressure as the waves passed over it. Data relayed via satellite tsunamis warning systems. In December 2004, Indian Ocean tsunami, magnitude of 9.15, role of coral reefs and mangrove forests in reducing death toll. What is a landslide? Landslides are a type of mass wasting which denotes any downslope movement of soil and rock under the direct influence of gravity. The term landslide encompasses 5 modes of slope movement: falls, topples, slides, spreads, and flows. These are further subsided by the type of geologic material: bedrock, debris, or earth. Debris flows, commonly referred to as mudflows or mudslides, and rock falls are examples of common landslide types. What causes landslides? First is geology, which refers to characteristics of the material itself. The earth or rock might be weak or fractured, or different layers may have different strengths and stiffness. Second is morphology, which refers to the structure of the land. For example, slopes that lose their vegetation to fire or drought are more vulnerable to landslides. Vegetation holds soil in place, and without the root system of trees, bushes, and other plants, the land is more likely to slide away. Third is human activity, such as agriculture and construction, can increase the risk of a landslide. Irrigation, deforestation, excavation, and water leakage are some of the common activities that can help destabilize or weaken a slope. This is Intro to Graphics and Photojournalism under the class of Dr. Sami Kayat, second semester, school year 2021-2022, and I am Chika B. Rosales, and thank you for watching.